Hey there, my name's Thomas G. Burt, and I graduated from Sydney Actors School in 2017.
Did you always want to be an actor or work in this industry?
I'm a bit of an odd duck in that I sort of got into it backwards. I started sound engineering and doing live mixing for music and theatre way before I was ever into acting. And then working at Marion Street Theatre for young people, I saw down on the stage, like, you guys are having the most fun. I want to be down there doing that. So I started taking acting classes there and just sort of didn't really stop. Read everything I could get my hands on, watched everything I could get my hands on, and then came here and did some real training.
How did you find the classes?
It was fantastic, and it was exactly what I wanted because I'd done bits and pieces of training before this, like your classic through high school, after school drama classes and bits and bobs like that, and went off and did a course, one of the short courses available around Sydney, and went, you know, I want something that is intense and is intensive, and that's exactly what I got here. Acting technique with Kevin was just remarkable and is always going to be something that I'm drawing on for the rest of my career. Voice was obviously something that was very important to me and continues to be. And yeah, I think a lot of the mask work and the more clowning physical stuff and everything with Julia was just invaluable.
What sort of stuff did you guys do from the off in Kevin's class?
It's so much. Kevin's classes were just incredible. Really sort of stripping back all of the layers of everything that you do and all of your little tricks and bits and pieces in your toolbox that make you go, okay, cool, this is the moment where I'm acting. Stripping all of that back and learning how to build a character from the ground up and doing it from an informed perspective. We source our work from everywhere. We steal, borrow, take, adapt little bits and bobs for everything in our performance. So to build that character, you're not only building the person themselves, but you're also educating yourself about the genre and the period and the backstory and all the different seemingly inconsequential details that go into making a well-rounded human, and also how to let that all drop away and bring yourself to a role. So yeah, that sort of dichotomy between preparation and authenticity was the big thing that we tackled during those classes, and yeah, it was fantastic.
How did you find working with the tutors while you were here?
It was great. So many people go to acting school and so many people take courses and go off and go to these institutions and don't realize that the tutors and the people that are working with you and your fellow students for that matter, everyone's a person and everyone's happy to talk business almost all the time, and everyone's happy to share details about their story, how they got started. It's so much more of an open industry than we realize. We just need to be happy to pick a bunch of really talented people's brains for 2 years was, yeah, incredible.
While you were studying here, what were the major projects that you guys did?
So we had our short film projects. We made 3 of them in total, and we had a few play presentations. Just sort of learning how to get behind the camera as well, and learning how to create your own work and build up a portfolio for yourself, because no one ever hands you anything. You've got to make this stuff yourself, and it gave us all the tools that we need to actually do that. Most of the time, I was either a cinematographer or a gaffer. I have been playing around with cameras since an early age, but had never really had the chance to dive into cinematography as a discipline until we got here, and the work was great from that. And I really enjoy gaffing. It's just nice. It's great being able to say, okay, everything in this scene, all of these lights, all of this seemingly natural, seemingly authentic environments, I did that.
Yeah. And did you find that useful, for your acting, being on the other side and understanding how that worked?
Oh, heck yeah. I had no idea how to be on camera until I was on the other side of camera.
Let's go to the voice. So is that something that you discovered while you were training? Or?
That was absolutely something that was just here. Since I was very young, I'd been doing Stitch impressions and that sort of thing, but never really sort of taking that as a serious part of the acting journey. And then I came here, and Felicity Jerd, who's been a really wonderful mentor for many years now, got me involved with a documentary narration job, and I went off, recorded that, and went, oh my God, this was fantastic. I want to be in a booth for the rest of my life. It's a really, really important part of my whole practice, and for a while there, while I was going through training and for a year or so afterwards, I was, okay, I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna do even more voice training, and I'm gonna come back and become a voice teacher and just do that because the experiences that I had in voice classes were so life-changing. It was really something that was nurtured and encouraged here. We did a lot of foundational voice work, which I think is the most important thing. There is a lot that you can do once you know your instrument, but if you don't know your instrument, it's very hard to add the sort of polishing details and things on top. Lots and lots and lots of fundamental voice. We did do voiceover with Felicity and with Stephen Hunter. I think the exploratory, more feel the voice all over your body, get all of your resonators going, and more of the sort of experiential thing was the really valuable stuff for me.
So did you feel that SAS prepared you well enough for what the industry would be like?
Everyone's path is wildly, wildly different. So you might have some folks that they leave drama school, they immediately get picked up by a big agent and straight on TV. That's not everyone's journey. And I think mindset-wise, that can definitely be hard after graduation. But in terms of the preparation for actually running yourself as an artist, everything we did with Monica Davidson really set the groundwork for, okay, this is how I'm gonna make this a marathon, not a sprint. And it doesn't matter if I haven't won an Oscar 5 years after graduating, that's fine because I have a career.
Since graduating, since leaving, have you been working primarily as a voiceover artist?
Yeah, it's my full-time job, has been for quite a while now, and I feel incredibly blessed to have discovered this thing because I was a primarily screen and theatre actor prior to discovering voiceover, and after graduation I was going out gunning on all of those jobs, still working at a call centre, and then I started building up that home studio and submitting for stuff and went, oh, this is an aspect of performance where people actually want to pay me. Great, I'm gonna do that forever and ever and ever and ever. I do all kinds of voiceover work. So because I'm freelance, I'm not represented within Australia. So I manage all of my own clients here. I find all of my own work. Overseas, I've got a couple of agents in America and a couple in New Zealand. I do everything because everything is how you make a sustainable living. Having lots of different avenues that you can sort of dip your toes in. Most of my work is explainer videos. So, hi, welcome to our website. Here's our product. Here are the things we do. Here's our mission. And lots and bits and pieces of video games and creature work. So all of your creatures and weird stuff.
So what's your favorite?
Video games by far. Yeah. Just having the chance to work with a developer, have them either in the room if we're recording in studio or over Zoom for a live session from my home studio, and just having that chance for 2 hours or 4 hours to go, okay, I'm going to give you everything. You can tell me what's not working, but I'm going to go as weird and as gross and as just overwhelmingly disgusting as I can. So yeah, video games and particularly the creature stuff.
You do a lot of voiceover work. Have you done any other acting work?
Now that we're out of lockdown and everything, I'm getting back into the theatre world. I've got a play premiering in a couple of months with Katie, who is also in my year at Sydney Actors School. And yeah, lots and bits and pieces of screen here and there, short films, commercial work that's been ongoing, and I've had a few small parts and some features and bits and pieces like that.
What was one of your favourite memories while you were here?
Oh, it's mixed because so many of them are from the people and so many of them are from the work. But doing play school with Philip Quast was just, oh, my heart grew like 17 sizes that day. And it's a hard thing presenting for kids because you've got to keep them in the loop, you've got to stay positive, you've got to keep everything up, and it's got to be genuine because kids can tell if you're fibbing. Yeah, that whole program was just fantastic and really changed a lot of the way that I sort of looked at screen work, because it's not all about you and what's going on and all of the dark and brooding bits of your character. It's also what you're presenting to the audience, which is not necessarily what you're going through inside. Aside from that, just so many rehearsals and going off with a group of us and getting a bunch of deli stuff from the local Woolies and putting together massive sandwiches and eating ourselves sick in the middle of rehearsal days, and just hanging out with the cohort, because the friends that you make here and the sort of community that you build stays with you for a long, long time.